Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about 2 easy ways to boost the revenue of your property management business, and we're not going to be talking about pricing. We're going to be talking about upsells. Now, when people think about upsells, I find that a lot of hosts and a lot of property managers will try to sell things to guests that they don't want or they're not asking for. What I mean by that is like a mini bar, a bottle of wine, some local treats. Now, of course, I'm not hating on you. I'm hating on me because I've been there and I've done it before and I've tried it. While it does work sometimes, I think there's more effective ways to make revenue, and we keep the mini bar to the side until we have like a successful business going on. So there's 2 ways to do this and give guests what they're already asking for or thinking about when their reservation comes up or when they're about to check into your property. So we're going to use Hospitable to do this. I'm going to show you how to set up some custom codes so we can automatically ship out these upsells and bring more revenue for your business. So you know what to do. Pull up my video on one half of your screen, pull up Hospitable or your PMS on the other half of the screen, and let's dive in and make you some more revenue. Let's do it. We're here to talk about upsells. The first one we're going to talk about is an early check-in fee. Now, I know a lot of hosts don't want to do this because they don't want to annoy guests, but I found across thousands of reservations that there's only a very small percentage that get annoyed. And if they do, we just let them check in. We don't want to cause any issues with anyone. But for those who say yes, and I would say about 98% of them do say yes, for the small fee that we offer, between 20 and 30 bucks, it's a huge revenue stream both for ourselves and for our owners. So I would definitely consider putting this into your business. Now, what we're going to do today, we're going to set up a custom code in Hospitable. I'll tell you before we start doing this that there's a couple parameters I like to put around early check-in. If a guest asks more than 24 hours away from their check-in, we have a message sending back that there's nothing we can do about it. We can't answer that question right now because someone might check in. Even if it's like a day and a half in advance, we're not going to make any exceptions because someone might book that night ahead of them. Now, if they ask within 24 hours of their check-in time, they're going to get either an early check-in denied or an early check-in approved message. And the cool thing about this is Hospitable makes it so we don't even have to lift a finger. No one has to send those messages. So my tasks for you are, 1, understand what your parameters are going to be in terms of price, timing, and when people can and cannot ask about early check-in and what responses they'll get. And then the second thing is, start to understand what custom codes are and how to set them up. We're going to go in and make one of those messages right now, and I'll show you how it's done. So you want to hop into guest experience in Hospitable and then go right on over to custom codes. You can see here, I've only got a couple set up, just about 6 right here, and they're all for our upsell. So we're going to talk about each one of these. But right now, what I'm going to make is an early check-in approved message. So this is what our early check-in approved message looks like. To save you from my typing, I'm going to copy that and we're going to make a new one. So here we go. The custom code name. If you're familiar with Hospitable messages, you know that you can use short codes to fill in text instead of having to type everything out in the guest message. So what this means is you're going to be able to put in one of these short codes and it'll replace the short code with the message you put right here in the message box. So I'm going to make this YouTube early check-in approved. Now, it says right here, you'll be able to use this custom code in templates by typing 2 percentage symbols and then your title and then 2 percentage symbols at the end. And it will replace that with this message. This is our approved message, just saying great news. It's available for 2 p.m. Send us 20 bucks via Venmo with your property name and address, and we'll be able to confirm it. Super simple message. This comes through if they ask about early check-in within 24 hours of their reservation. We want to make sure the condition is correct. So we want to do night before check-in is available. That way the system knows that, hey, if someone is staying there the night before, you're going to send the no, deny the early check-in. But if it is open, it's going to block the calendar and allow early check-in. Scope, this is just the properties that we're going to use. Because I'm just setting up a template, I'm going to keep this as is, but you want to make sure you're choosing all the correct platforms, hosts, and listings you want this applied to. I'm going to go over here and click save. And now we've got it. We've got the YouTube early check-in approved message here. Now remember, this is just a short code. This isn't your message. And remember, this is only the approval. So you're going to do the opposite for the denied message. You want to send something just saying that, hey, sorry, you can't check in early today. We have someone else staying the night before you. And you want to set the condition to is not available. But your next step is to go back to guest experience and then head over to message rules. And we're going to go add new. We're going to go to reply to a question about. These are the AI respond questions. We're going to do early check-in. Reply to questions about early check-in will be our title. And all we're going to do, YouTube early check-in approved. So here, stay with me for this part. You want to put both of your custom codes into this message. So I'm going to put in the YouTube early check-in approved, and then I'm going to put in our early check-in denied as well. Well, hey, Justin, why are we putting both messages into one? Well, because both of those custom codes are smart. They know not to send both at the same time because they have different conditions around them. If the night is available, it's going to send this first message. If the night is not available, it's going to send this second one. If you just put one of these in here, if someone asks about early check-in and the night before is actually booked, it's not going to send the denied, it's going to send the approval, which is not good. You want to have both of these in here. Then, of course, timing, always answer instantly. And then before check-in and before reservation is when you want these questions answered. So once you've set up your scope, you have this message good to go. And it's very cool. It's all automatic and AI generated, so you don't have to lift a finger. Someone's going to go ahead and ask, hey, host, can I check in early? If it's within your window, let's say it's 24 hours, this tool is going to answer with a yes or no based on how your calendar looks. So that's the first upsell. Let's move on to the next. All right, upsell number 2, and this is probably the most exciting one. This is extending a stay before check-in or after checkout. Now, how this works is I have the calendar set up so that within a certain amount of days around a reservation, there's already a discount kicker on there. So in your message, so you can set it up to say, hey guest, we have a 20% discount on the night before you're checking in. If you wanted to come to our property early, just change your reservation and we'll approve it for you. The cool thing is we had this sent out 3 days before the guest checks in. And then for the checkout, same kind of message, 20% discount. We send that about 2 days before they're about to check out. So let's set up this one. We're going to make this YouTube extend stay. And for the sake of argument, I'm going to keep this short. It's available. Smiley face. This means that the night before their check-in, so we're going to do night before check-in is available. Scope I'm going to have on all the properties. Again, just like setting up the check-in message, remember this is your short code, so make this title something that you're going to remember. You go over to save. Now you've got this short code ready to go. Let's head over and make a new message. We're going to go to guest experience and messaging rules. We're going to add new. This is going to be a scheduled message. So we're going to do before check-in. We're going to change this to extend stay. We're going to make this extend stay. And we are going to do, that's the extend stay approval. And we want to send this 3 days, and I'm going to exclude last minute bookings. So we're going to make this extend stay. We're going to add the extend stay custom code. Now remember, there's no denial for this one. You just, if the night is open, it's going to be sent. If the night is not open, this message isn't going to come through. So it's set on the condition that's in your custom code, which is really cool. I like to send this 3 days before check-in. You can do a little bit earlier. I've seen people do a week. I might update to a week, but 3 days has worked and it converts pretty well. I exclude last minute bookings because any bookings less than 3 days out, it's just too much messages being sent in there, at one time, kind of gets a little convoluted. And at the end of the day, if they're booking within 3 days of check-in, they already know when they're staying and when they're coming. There's not much leeway there. So exclude last minute bookings. Make the timing however you please, and then you are good to go. You're going to do the same thing, but just opposite condition for the extend stay at checkout. I will just show you how this is set up. I just do extend stay before checkout. We have the little extend stay here, and it just has different verbiage saying that the night after you're about to check out is available if you want to add it. And I send this 43 hours, so a little bit, just about 2 days before they're about to check out. So it comes, I think, the morning of their second to last day, which is great. And then, of course, you want to make sure your scope is all set up, which host and platforms this is going to. So at the end of the day, these both convert very, very well. I'll say that the early check-in one converts the most, believe it or not. People, especially in big groups, are like, hey, $20, we can get in early. We're already here. Our flight landed at 7 a.m. for some reason. We can get into the property early. Let's fork over $20, no big deal. Puts more money in our pocket that we can distribute to our team and distribute to our owners. And then at the end of the day, this might convert a little bit less. It's extending the stay before or after checkout and check-in, but it's a higher multiple. You're getting more on the nightly rate. It also helps out your calendar, occupancy, nightly rate, all that good stuff, all the metrics that we want to show our owners and show ourselves in our business. So good luck setting these up. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you start using these and you have any questions or you have any success stories or failures, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to hear about it, and I'm looking forward to helping out. All right.